This is Backstage Sonoma, your all-access pass to the local music scene.
Ooh, we're gonna have fun.
Yes.
Coming to you from beautiful downtown Santa Rosa, this is the Backstage Sonoma podcast. And now, here's your host, Steve Roby.
From their roots in the vibrant heart of San Francisco Bay Area, the T Sisters have shared a lifelong musical journey. Raised in a family that breathed music, these talented sisters have harmonized since childhood. With their mesmerizing vocal harmonies as the centerpiece, the T Sisters create a distinctive and soulful sound. T Sister Erika will join me shortly to discuss a new EP and 2 Labor Day weekend shows, but first, let's listen to a sample of their music. That was the T Sisters, and Erika is joining me now. Hello, Erika.
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Thanks so much for joining us on Backstage Sonoma.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
Why don't we start out with an introduction of your sisters that couldn't join us, and what instruments does everybody play?
My 2 sisters are twins. Rachel and Chloe are twins. So we have the twin rhythm section. Chloe plays drums and sings, and Rachel plays bass and guitar and sings. Chloe plays a little guitar as well. Of course, we all write music separately, mostly, but I play guitar and sing.
Nice. I mentioned in the intro that you and your sisters shared a lifelong musical voyage. What role did music play in your life when you were growing up?
Well, music was the backdrop of everything, I think. Our dad is a wonderful musician, singer-songwriter, plays piano, guitar, has written his own music since before we were born. We grew up with him playing his songs on the piano, daytime, nighttime, whatever. That was definitely part of the fabric of our childhood. Nice. And our parents met dancing in San Francisco in the 70s. So there was a lot of dance in our lives as well. And of course, music was a big part of dance. We grew up going to the Oakland Y with our mom, where she taught aerobics. So we were exposed to all kinds of music growing up in the arts. We grew up doing musical theater camp together for many years.
Nice.
So we have an eclectic experience of music and art from the different facets of our lives.
Where did writing music fit in with all you had going on?
I was making up songs when I was little. I remember writing a song in middle school and writing it, my moody, angsty song in my notebook. Maybe I wrote more than one, but I remember one in particular, but not more seriously until in high school. We collaborated on an original musical theater piece with some friends, and we wrote music for that. And then we kept writing music for more things like original musical theater stuff in college. We'd do stuff together over the summers. And then we started taking some of that music to open mic in the Bay Area. And then we morphed into writing more kind of like folk, country. Yeah, I've started to find our songwriting styles.
Let's talk about your songwriting process. How does it work now for the group?
Currently, and for years, we've been writing separately. We bring songs to each other and we arrange together always. We find our harmonic arrangements and vocal arrangements together. We certainly help each other with lyrics if something needs revision or we're stuck. But typically we write separately. We have done a songwriting retreat together during which we wrote some songs, but they never made it onto the set list. We just find more success kind of bringing our musical thoughts together individually and then making the T Sisters sound when we or together arrange it.
You sent over some music to share with our listeners, and the first track we're going to hear is a song called Helpless, and it's from your most recent full-length album called Big Girl Pants. I love that title. Well, can you tell us about the song and the album?
This song is not exactly a real life. Some songs are more connected to experiences that we've had, rumination on a relationship in which someone feels helplessly attached and attracted to another person, at the same time recognizing that I could go on without you, I'd be okay, but just having that like intense feeling of first love.
This is Helpless by the T Sisters, and this is Backstage Sonoma.
Falling, you always got me falling. I know just when you're calling, 'cause I'm always on the line. Helpless, you always make me helpless. I wish I never felt this. I wish you weren't mine. If you go, well, I don't know, but I think that I'd be fine. So let's pretend this'll never end, and I can hold you close until the night. Wasted, I always get so wasted. The whiskey, I can taste it. It's all that keeps me safe. And power, all I want is power. I call you every hour, but it doesn't ease the pain. If you go, well, I don't know, but I think that I'd be fine. So let's pretend this'll never end, and I can hold you close until the night.
And we're back. My guest today is Erika from the T Sisters. I first heard about the T Sisters, I believe it was about 10 years ago, when you were a part of a 10-artist tribute to Bob Marley's album Exodus. I believe the production company was called Undercover. And I think it was at the Independent Theater in San Francisco, if my memory serves me well.
That's right.
Yeah, memory's still working.
Yeah,
That's a
you
good
got
thing.
it.
I'm sure a lot has changed in your life since then. Can you tell our listeners about some of the changes since 10 years ago?
In the world, of course, we've experienced the big changes of the pandemic and the post-pandemic and the effect that's had on music and on our lives. And while that was happening, Chloe and I each had a couple kids. And that's been a huge change. I have two littles, 1.5 and 3.5, and Chloe has two littles who are just a little bit younger than mine, just over a year and just over 3. So that's been a big shift. In those 10 years, we all moved away from each other. We had been living together for many years in a great warehouse space in Oakland. And we partnered up and we moved to different parts of Northern California. So there's been a lot of changes in this last decade. I'd say in the first half of that decade, we were doing the traditional touring, hustle, which of course stopped when COVID hit. So now we're trying to reimagine what it means to be musicians with young children. I don't think it makes sense for a lot of people, really, but we have some new constraints.
It sounds like you're able to balance the demands of motherhood and everything else that comes with it and still keep your passion for music alive in this very active music world that we live in.
We are doing our best. Yes, it can be quite challenging, but we are lucky to be able to do both, which there's a few models out there who are doing it, but there aren't tons of models of women with young children doing a music thing. So we're all just trying to figure it out as we go.
All right. More power to you. I understand you're releasing singles from an upcoming EP called Sheroes. What can you tell me about the project and when can we look forward to it?
We've just released 2 of the singles, the first 2 singles from Sheroes. Sheroes is a short collection of covers of iconic female artists whom we've been inspired by throughout the years. The first release was a cover of I Will Survive, or a Gainer song. And then a couple weeks ago released Madonna's Virgin. Mm-hmm. And we've got another single coming up in September. So probably by the early winter, everything will be out. You can get the EP live, but as of now, for streaming, you can only get the singles that we've released.
Oh, okay. It's something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. And a little incentive to come to a live show.
We'll get to that in the next break. But first, I want to play that Gloria Gaynor song you mentioned, I Will Survive. It's the newest single, or one of the newest singles from the EP Sheroes. What was the inspiration to do this song?
We've actually been covering this song for probably a decade. It's been in our set for a long time, not in this style. We reinterpreted the song in the studio with Jonathan Kirchner from Quanbrio. He co-produced and engineered it, and some of the Quanbrio band members were our backing band.
Nice.
So we collaborated to find the right style and mood for each of these songs with them, which was a really fun collaboration. So this representation is a shift from our live version. But we've played the song for a long time. It always feels good. It always connects with most people. And I think it's a message that is timeless. So we need to just keep having hope that we can make it, even with all the wild stuff going on in the world.
Absolutely. I agree with you so much. Let's listen to it now. This is the T Sisters version of I Will Survive here on Backstage Sonoma.
And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave the key. If I'd known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door.
My guest today is Erika from the T Sisters. We're talking about their music and several upcoming shows in Inverness, beautiful Inverness. What do you enjoy most about performing live, and how does the group prepare for a show?
Performing is something we've been doing for many years. I think it's a drive. It's something I need to feel. There's something about performing that when it's good, it feels really good. There's something, of course, to the connection with the audience, to the act of singing and performing and putting on a journey that other people can participate in, and the interaction with the other members of the band. There's many pieces of it that fill my soul, and I can't live without. Every show is really different. There's all kinds of themes. There's like a mellower scene. You're getting something particular from the audience. In a more rambunctious setting, you're getting a different kind of energy. So I think it really depends on the show. And usually it's a mix because our sets are definitely mixed between more introspective and sadder songs and then more exciting and upbeat and feel-good stuff. In terms of preparation, these days, the preparation part is hard. So we're relying on our connection to each other as sisters and our many years at performing together. And we get together, of course, to rehearse whenever we can, but life is a little more complicated these days. So we do our best to channel strong extemporaneous energy and be in the moment together. Yeah, having all these years behind us.
Well, it sounds good to me. Now, you two unique shows coming up. Inverness, beautiful Inverness. Oh my gosh. It's part of a Blue Moon concert series on August 31st, Labor Day weekend. What could fans look forward to at these shows?
These are some of those intimate house concert shows I was referring to. These shows are really fun because as an audience member, you get to be up close and personal. And we always encourage our audiences to ask questions, and we're more likely to tell weird stories in an intimate environment like a house concert. I think it's a nice opportunity for people to really get to know us and our different personalities, and of course to hear the music in a beautiful, intimate setting. So those are big draws for the show. We'll also have our lead guitar player with us, Erika, who's wonderful. Even though it's a smaller setting, people will still get to hear that full sound.
Those are fun events that they hold out there for those house concerts there. And let me remind our listeners, the T Sisters will perform 2 shows on Saturday, August 31st at the Every Blue Moon concert series in Inverness. The afternoon show starts at 4:30 p.m. I might recommend getting there at least a half hour early to find some good parking. And there's a second show, an evening show at 7 p.m. For tickets and more info, please visit everybluemoonconcerts.org. Before I let you go, Erika, where can our listeners find your music online and your show schedule?
They can find us online at tsisters.com. That's the letter T, sisters.com. We are, of course, on Instagram and Spotify and Facebook, all the social media outlets, Apple Music. So please check out the new singles. You can stream them on anywhere that you stream other music, Apple Music, Spotify, etc.
I'll put some links in the show description for this episode. Our listeners can just click on there and go right to your site.
Wonderful.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Erika, thank you so much for your time today. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Likewise. Thanks, Steve. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Backstage Sonoma will be right back after this quick break.
Would you like to be a guest on Backstage Sonoma? Drop the host an email at backstagesonoma@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening to the Backstage Sonoma podcast. Join us next time for more great interviews and music from local and touring musicians. You can find us on the web at backstagesonoma.com.